UGC net law paper is getting tougher each year. Competition is increasing, and with that increasing competition, you have to be in the top percentage to get your JRF. To help you with your UGC net preparation, I am bringing before you series of lectures in which we are discussing important questions topic wise, subject wise, and in this lecture we are focusing on Hindu law. Now, without any delay, we will start with the first question. First question is from Hindu Marriage Act. Always remember, under Hindu law, Hindu Marriage Act, every year in UGC net paper, you will find at least 2 to 3 questions only and solely from Hindu Marriage Act. So if you study that small act thoroughly and go for the exam, Hindu Marriage Act, definitely 2 to 3 questions, you can easily solve them. Let's see question number 1. Which one of the following is not a ground for divorce under section 13 of Hindu Marriage Act? Hindu marriage and Hindu divorce, these two sections are mandatory questions. So which of the following is not a ground? Respondent is convicted for committing an offense. No, not a ground. Respondent has renounced the world. Yes, renunciation of world is a ground given under section 13. Respondent has ceased to be a Hindu. Yes, if the respondent is no longer a Hindu, then the spouse who is the Hindu doesn't have to wait. They can immediately go and get divorced. So yes, this is a ground. Yes. And fourth, respondent is not to be heard of as alive for a period of 7 years. So this is also yes. So which of the following is not a ground? Our correct answer is option 1. Respondent is convicted for any offense? No, that is not a ground. Next. Yeah, this is an interesting question, also important question for judiciary also. See, they are now asking very lengthy questions in UGC net, okay? So you have to also keep in mind time management while you are answering the paper. Now, section 7 of Hindu Marriage Act, what it is saying that for a Hindu marriage, what you should do, it may be solemnized in accordance with the customary rites or the ceremonies of either party, which means if 2 people are getting married, let us say under Hindu Marriage Act, 1 boy, 1 girl, either you follow the customs of the boy side or you follow the customs and ceremonies of the girl side, and accordingly you get married. That is what section 7 is simply saying. Now, based on that, you tell me which of the following instances it's a valid marriage, which of the following instances it's not a valid marriage. Okay, first, at the time of marriage, all essential, what they have given, all essential sastric ceremonies are performed. Is it valid marriage? Yes, because all ceremonies are performed. Second option, all customary rites and ceremonies of bride side are performed. Is it valid marriage? Yes, because either boy or girl, any one side, completely you follow and you get the marriage done. That is sufficient. So B is also correct. Now you see C. These people are very intelligent people. What they did? They followed half of the ceremonies from bride's family. Other half, 50-50 they did. 50% from our side, 50% from boy's side. So the other half from the bridegroom side. Is this valid marriage? No, because section 7 is saying you follow properly any one party and you do it. Half here, half there, this, that mixture, don't do. Either boy's side or girl side, whatever is the customary practice, you follow that. So, no. Next option, you are following some ring ceremony. See, under Hindu customs, there is nothing like ring ceremony. Depending on the region you are in, you have maybe Sindoor, the Saptapadi, Mangal Sutra. There are different stages of marriage, but there is no Hindu custom where just by exchanging rings, like in an engagement, automatically marriage is happening. No. So this is not a valid marriage. Then last option, 2 people, they just started living together, it seems. There is no marriage, there is no ceremonies. They just started living together. Is it a valid marriage? No. So which of the following are valid marriages? To answer this question, see, option A, option B, only these are valid. So you hear in the options answer, it is option 1. A and B is only correct. Remaining all are not valid marriages. So to answer one question, can you see how many statements you have to read? So please keep in mind, time management is very, very crucial. Be very, very careful and manage your time properly during the exam. Next, under Hindu Marriage Act, we have Sapinda relationship, we have degrees of prohibited relationships. Now, there is one explanation given in section 3 of Hindu Marriage Act. What is that explanation? They are saying, whenever I say relationship, maybe I say Sapinda relationship, prohibited degrees of relationship, but whenever I say the word relationship, what does relationship mean? That is given under your section 3 HMA definitions clause as an explanation. This includes full blood, half blood, uterine blood, yes. Relationship includes adoption, yes. Relationships include legitimate blood, legitimate children, yes. It also includes illegitimate blood relations. What it does not include? It does not include fosterage. Foster or fosterage means temporarily somebody is taking care of you, but there is no familial bond between the people. No relationships of long-lasting nature are formed in fosterage. So that's why under section 3 of Hindu Marriage Act, when we are talking about relationships, relationships includes everything except fosterage. So your answer is A, B, C and E are correct. So here, what will you choose? A, B, C, E. So option 2 will become your answer. So like that, you will have multiple statements. From the statements, you have to mark the correct code. What is the correct code? You have to mark. Next question. Beautiful question. Can be asked in any exam, can be repeated once again. Very easy, very scoring. That's why I'm telling you, Hindu Marriage Act, completely, thoroughly you go and study, you will get some good marks. At least 3 questions correctly you will get. Now, restitution of conjugal rights is given under which section of the BER Act? Direct section based questions. This is given under section 9 of Hindu Marriage Act. Judicial separation is given under section 10. Direct from the BER Act, not much concept, just simple BER Act section numbers you have to by heart and go. No petition for divorce within 1 year of marriage given under section 14. Voidable marriage is given under section 12. So just match the correct codes and here you will have your answer. A is 3 and there is only one option with A is 3. So correct code will be option 2. Next. Just like Hindu divorce is important, Hindu marriage is also very important. And here they are asking, under section 5 of Hindu Marriage Act, we have conditions for a valid Hindu marriage. Which of the following is true with respect to section 5? With respect to section 5, if you think properly, there is nothing about ceremonies of marriage. Why, ma'am? Because ceremonies of marriage is given under section 7 of Hindu Marriage Act. Under section 5, there are 5 conditions, and in those 5 conditions, they are not talking about ceremonies. So remember this. So in this question, a lot of students got confused. Because yes, if you want to have a valid Hindu marriage, ceremonies are also important. Correct, ceremonies are important. But ceremonies as a point is mentioned under section 7 HMA and not under section 5 of HMA. So C is not the correct answer here. Similarly, impotency is not a ground under section 5. So under section 5, which of the following? The question is very clear. Under section 5, with respect to section 5, please tell me what are the valid conditions. That is the question. So here, what should be the correct answer? A, B and D. Whatever has the options A, B and D, that should be your answer. Neither party has a spouse living, mental capacity, and parties are not within prohibited degrees. So A, B, D is given in option 2. Okay, next. I'm discussing little fast because we have a lot of questions to discuss. Wherever you want to slow down a little bit, just pause the video, read the question 1 to 2 times properly. I have also given you the years in which that question was asked. So if you want to refer something also, you can easily refer. You can get an understanding of what kind of questions are being asked year after year. Okay, next. A Hindu male, there is a Hindu male. He is already married and he has a Hindu wife. Fine. Now, this Hindu person changed his religion. He changed his religion to Islam. After conversion to Islam, he married once again. So now we have a second wife here. Basically what they're asking, what happens to this second marriage is the question. This is a very, very debated topic. There are a lot of landmark judgments which have answered this point. They said, if you are converting your religion just so that you can have multiple marriages, because Islam as a religion is allowing for multiple marriages, that is misuse. So in such cases, this second marriage that you have done without giving divorce to your first wife you didn't divorce. Without divorcing the wife, you just got a second wife because now you are in Islam. That is not correct. That is actually misusing the religious laws. So what happens? The second marriage is going to be considered as void. Second marriage amounts to bigamy. Bigamy is having second marriage while your first wife is still alive. So at the time of the marriage, the first wife is alive. You did not divorce her. She's not dead. But still you went ahead and you got your second wife. So that second marriage is a void marriage. That is very, very clear in law. Okay. Next. Now from here on, we are studying HAMA. H-A-M-A, Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Every year from Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, one question we are seeing. Earlier, very, very few times HAMA used to be asked. But now recent trend, every year mandatorily 2 to 3 questions from HMA. One question from HAMA we are seeing, at least one. One, sometimes two also you may get, but at least one you should prepare and go. HAMA is also very simple. Basic concepts only, few things only you have to study. So let us quickly revise them. Very easy to score topic. Now, which of the following is not a condition for determining the capacity of a male Hindu to adopt? If a male Hindu person wants to adopt, which of the following things we won't check? That is what they're asking. What we won't check? We will not check if he is married or not. Is he necessarily married or not? I am not concerned, because now what the law is allowing, even single male person is eligible for adoption. That is what the law is allowing. So for me, it doesn't matter if the male person is married or not married. But what matters to me? Yes, if wife is there, has he taken the consent of the wife? That is important. Is he major or not? Is he of sound mind or not? Does he have the mental, physical resources to take care of this child that he wants to adopt? These are the things I will look at. But I am not looking at whether he is married or not. So answer here, not, we have to find. So option 4 is the correct answer. Next, marriage of Hindu man with biological sister of his adopted sister is dash. This was a very, very interesting question. Very simple one-line question, which a lot of people got it wrong. They were like, acha, man marrying sister, that is not possible only, no ma'am. Hindu law meaning it's just impossible. Nobody marries like that. But you have to read little bit with an open mind and understand what they're actually asking. What they're saying, see, there is a Hindu man. This Hindu man actually has a adopted sister. What he has an adopted sister. This adopted sister originally belonged to, let us say, the Blue family. Let us assume that originally she belonged to Blue family. This adopted sister has another sister too in the Blue family. Now what happened? Adopted sister, after adoption, she came from Blue family to Red family, because that is what happens in adoption. We say whatever is the relationship that this adopted child has with his family or her own family, all of those relationships are broken because of adoption. So the moment you say that this AS is adopted, there is no more relationship with the Blue family. She is now totally become part of this Red family. So now she is red in color. Remember, she is red in color. This is the best way to remember, because now she is part of this family. This family, the Red family, have no relationship whatsoever now left with this Blue family people. So can this male person from Red family, can he go and marry a girl who's from the blue family? Yes, blue family female, can he go and marry? He can absolutely marry. So the answer here is valid. The concept here is that once there is adoption, the link between the old family and this adopted child is completely broken. There is no more link. This adopted child has become part of this family. So this red male and the adopted sister, they are both brothers and sisters. But she is now part of the red family. There is no relationship between the red family and that blue girl. So if they want to marry, they can marry. A male from red family can happily marry a female from this family. So there is no problem, and therefore answer is it's a valid marriage. Okay, very, very interesting. No, simple, interesting, conceptual based question. Next. As per the provisions of Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, bachelor male adopts a child. Bachelor male meaning he was single. There is one male person, when he was single, when he did not get married, law allowed him, so he had already adopted the child. After adopting the child, what happens? He marries a woman. Subsequently, later on, he marries a woman. Then that woman who will come into the family, will she be mother? Will she be stepmother? Will she have any relationship with the adopted child? What is the answer here? The answer here is she will be considered as stepmother. This question was asked a lot of times in your AIB exam also. Very important for AIB exam also. Okay. Next. Next we have Hindu Succession Act. Once again, HSA. HSA again, one question minimum every year. There is one more point I want you to remember for your UGC NET exam. Family law is part of the syllabus, which includes Hindu law, which also has Muslim law covered. Okay. Muslim law, I'm going to be creating a separate video where I will be discussing under Muslim law what are all the topics you have to study, and topic wise how many questions are expected. So do not forget to subscribe to the channel. We will be bringing you authentic updates for all of the important law exams. So definitely subscribe to our channel. Muslim law for UGC NET, separate video is coming. It will be tagged here. So do not forget to watch that also. Okay. Now coming to HSA, one question we can expect. This is a very, very simple question. Under Hindu Succession Act, if you are talking about a Hindu male who has died intestate, then what happens to his property? His property is divided among his heirs. There are 4 categories of heirs under Hindu Succession Act, which is class 1, class 2, agnates and comments. There is no concept of sharers under HSA. So the correct answer is A, B, B and E, which is option 3, code number 3. Next. Another very, very important point. Whenever we say daughters or sons, it also includes the posthumous daughters, meaning there is a Hindu male who has died. Okay. Now we have to apply Hindu Succession Act to this Hindu male person. But unfortunately, before his death only, the daughter already died before. Before the father died, daughter died beforehand, unfortunately. Then what will happen? Will she get property or not? Hindu Succession Act is saying, don't worry. Even if the daughter or even the son, it can be anybody, if the daughter or the son of the Hindu male is dying before the actual father dies, don't worry. We will be passing on that property to the children, to the dead daughter's children or to the dead son's widow children. They will be getting the property. So if the heir is dying before the actual person's death, they are called as posthumous. Posthumous daughter or posthumous son means, unfortunately, the daughter or the son has died before their father's death. Then they are called as posthumous daughter or posthumous son. So under Hindu Succession Act, yes, posthumous daughters, posthumous sons, they are included whenever you are dividing your property. Okay. Next. Yeah, this is one last question I wanted to discuss, because in the recent times we are seeing these type of questions being asked a lot. They will give you a set of legislations. In the given set of legislations, you have to identify which act came first, which act came second. So chronological order these days is being asked a lot. Here, I want you to by heart this order because the same question can get repeated also. Very, very simple. Remember, first of all came the Hindu Divorce Act. Hindu Divorce Act is in 1869. Back then, what Britishers wanted, Hindu Divorce Act is about Christians in India who want to take divorce. So this act was made by Britishers for Britishers only, mostly. So Indian Divorce Act, which deals with Christian divorces, came first. Then came the rules relating to the Parsi community. Then came what? Parsi community. After the Parsi community marriage and divorce is over, then came in 1939 the Dissolution of Muslim Marriage Act. As I said, Muslim law separately you have to study, and in Muslim law when you are studying Dissolution of Muslim Marriage Act you have to study. Okay, that video I will link it, definitely watch it. And finally, after independence in 1954 we have the Special Marriage Act. So these type of questions are getting repeated a lot of times in UGC NET exam for all subjects. List of acts, list of judgments, and you please arrange it in the chronological order. So that's why. So it's not just enough that you know what the judgment said or what this particular act deals with. You should also remember the year of the judgment and also the years in which the acts came, or at least what came first and second, like a story, at least you should remember, because this is the recent pattern of questions that we are seeing very commonly in the exam. I hope this lecture has given you some direction to help you with your UGC NET preparation. If there are any specific topics for UGC NET exam that you're facing difficulty and you want me to cover, definitely do let me know in the comment section and I will try to help you out. Thank you so much.